Hello, everybody, and I hope you're having a blessed day, and I hope everything is going great with your family. Over the last few days, I've kind of had a whole lot of different trains of thoughts about what's going on, really going on behind the scenes, so to speak. But there's a lot of people that listen to me that I know are extremely smart, and I think they got a really good kind of clue of what's really going on. And I don't necessarily think that they need me to tell them exactly what's going on. We're just going to swab everybody and wow, we're going to have your DNA in a database. Ain't that cool, huh? I don't think so, but oh well. But anyhow, what I wanted to talk about was because there's a lot of talk about them dumping eggs, dumping milk, well, smashing eggs, really, and tilling under vegetables. That's going to do us a lot of good in the end. Somebody's got to pay for all that loss. Well, they're saying it's because people are really not buying the milk or the eggs or the vegetables. And I say to myself, really, so if they're claiming they closed down the restaurants and the schools and the hotels, so they can't sell them, not as much people are buying them. I'm thinking to myself, so if you can't go out to IHOP for breakfast, what do? Stop making pancakes yourself? Or, eggs and bacon for breakfast? Or you don't give your kids milk because they're not going to school anymore? Really? You really think parents sitting at home are not giving their kids milk? Oh, yeah, they are if they can get their hands on it. And if they like an IHOP breakfast, I can tell you there's a lot of women out there, hey, it ain't hard to mix a pancake mixed together with some water and make pancakes and eggs and bacon for breakfast. It ain't that difficult. And so I did some checking into it. And what the real problem is they don't have the containers to put it in. So why are they rototilling all them vegetables? Well, guess what? Plastic bags it takes, and those all have to be processed and made. And a lot of those places are bare minimum. Some of them are working out of excess that was stored that they made in advance and has been sitting there, and they're using those. But guess what? They don't have enough of them now. And so they don't have containers, so they started dumping things. Because they don't have the containers to put it in, because there are places that eggs are $4 a dozen like where I live because they can't get the eggs. Why? Because they don't have the containers. It's not a matter of people aren't buying them. My local store only had a few eggs that were $4 a dozen. They were sold out. So it's a matter of they don't have the containers to put the food in. That's what it's all about. Most people don't buy a lot of what I call fresh vegetables. They buy frozen. Because putting them in your refrigerator, they usually go bad within a couple of days. So most people like to buy the frozen and they can put it in the freezer. I'm one of those. I like cauliflower and a broccoli mix. I guess they call it California style. I buy it frozen. Can't get it right now. It's hard, very, very hard to come by. You might have to go to 3 or 4 stores. Back once again, traveling everywhere to get a bag of something, and I'm just not interested in doing that. But that's what the real problem is. Just like right now, we're being told 4 major plants of Smithfields are being closed down due to the corona outbreak because guess what? They became hot spots. Well, okay, so that's a pork factory, right? Processing plant. Well, do they only process pork? And if they do, well, okay, so what's going to happen to the beef processing plants? Are they going to have to shut those down too? Now, you have farmers that were waiting to have their pigs processed who can't get them processed now and can't afford to hold on to them, so they sent them to Sleepyville. You know what I mean, permanently sleep. So what do you think that's going to do the end to our food prices? And guess what? Bacon and pork's going to go flying on the shelves, and then you're going to have a shortage of that. I mean, the hair tools that you cut your hair out with, that became the latest thing that became one of those missing items at the store because I guess everybody's cutting their hair themselves now and sewing machines because people started making their own masks for themselves and they're even selling some of them on top of that. Well, like I said, if they shut down the pork plants, Smithfield, is the beef plants next? Because surely that could be a serious problem too. Now, folks, in the end, it just may very well be that $4 a dozen eggs and $8 gallon of milk, or even $8 eggs, could be a very strong possibility. I don't know for sure, but it definitely could. But I know this will definitely cause prices to go way up, and meat's going to skyrocket. When they have to start putting pork to sleep because they cannot process it, they're losing a whole lot of money. And that means they have to make it up somewhere. So how do they make it up? Through higher prices, just like those $4, a dozen eggs. Now, you may not be paying that in your area, but you may be shortly. It may very well come to that. I think that's why they want to hurry up and try to get this economy reopened. But, kind of a funny time to get it reopened when you consider about the fact that Smithfield's just had to close down 4 major plants due to that. So, I don't know. But I know the rest of us, we've kind of been prepared. I know I do. I don't go out during the flu season. I kind of stay myself at home because I am older and I don't want to catch the flu. And so, I always have some extra on hand so I don't have to run out. There's no reason that people should run out of food. I mean, even for the kids. A box of oatmeal don't cost that much. Making pancakes don't cost that much either. But God bless and have a blessed day.